Finally, I'm back on camera. It's been a while. I've been so busy lately. Um, so yeah, new glasses. Yeah, not only is the distance seeing from distance like going, but like close up now. So, this is what happens when you age. But I'm sure a lot of you know this. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, the reasons why I haven't done a video in a while is because I don't know if you can hear my cat is in here with me in the room with me, and he's making noise, and he's kind of distracting me. Anyway, I don't know if you could hear it, but you know what? I should probably get him out. All right. So anyway, yeah, like some of the reasons why I haven't done a video in a while is because A, I've been working. Um, I think Caroline mentioned one of her videos that I've been working, so yeah, that's true. Um, like it's, pretty much a 40 an hour a week job. So, it's a 3D job. But I actually like it. It's really working out well, like the schedule. I really love the schedule. It's flexible. The company's very organized, because in the past I've worked for places that were not so organized, especially my previous job. Really nice people, my previous job, but disorganized company. This place, it's like it's got perks. They're organized, the people are nice, even the clients are nice, like it's really great. I mean, the pay is not all that great, but like I said, it has its perks, you know. So I'm very happy with it, the way it's working out. Um, and then I have another job, okay, and I really wanted to mention this because this is really great. This is all part of like the humanitarian projects. I'm working for Sherry Div Band. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Sherry Div Band. She does a lot of work with children. Um, so that's why, like when I saw something in my own cards that said I would be working with children. So I am. So I'm going to be teaching a tarot class for children 8 and up. It's an introductory class, The Fool's Journey. So if you know any if you have any grandchildren or, children, or know anybody that has children that's interested, um, please, I'm actually going to leave the link below. She doesn't have the class up yet. Um, so yeah, doesn't have that up yet. So it's going to be in March. Um, she's still like, setting things up for that. But I'm very excited. Like I'm like going in a completely different direction. And then the other job that I have, the 3D job, like it is not in healthcare, and I'm very happy that it's not because I just wanted to get out of that. It was not fun. So anyway, yeah, and then the other thing is like I've had this insomnia all week long, and we have been getting M class solar flares um hitting us. So a lot of people are, like having issues, symptoms, ascension symptoms. Um, but what I've actually been doing, and this was recommended by my spirit guides, I've been using the sun as kind of like an energizer. So like this has been like my cycle. I go to sleep, I wake up in the middle of the night. I can't sleep for like an hour or 2 hours. And then I fall asleep, but then it's like I have to wake up and I'm so tired. Like I wake up so tired and I like try to avoid drinking coffee. It's very difficult. And then I try to go back to sleep at a certain time, but it doesn't happen. Uh and then I just end up doing my routine, exercising, whatnot, like doing angelic qigong, meditation. And then after that, I end up like sleeping, but then it was like I would only sleep for like 20 minutes, like versus me where I should be sleeping like an hour. So that was like my cycle. So what I would do is in order to get like energized, I would just, even though it's cold outside, I just like let the sun hit me through the window and kind of just close my eyes and do like a sun bath. And that really helped. That really like energized me. So I think something is definitely going on with the sun, like definitely. And my spirit guide said, because like, with the eye thing that I have, it's supposed to heal your eyes. So just do it like every day, a little bit every day, like 10 minutes. I heard about this woman, I think it was on Telegram, that she said that she cured her cancer with the sun. That's pretty interesting. I think I want to do more research on that. So yeah, so that's what's going on personally. Um, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to another thing I want to mention, like my dreams lately, like in the past few weeks have been kind of crazy. I did have a dream a while ago that I was an angel and that I was flying around and looking for my fellow angels. So I feel like that could be a fractal of me that is existing in like a higher dimension. Um, I've had other dreams about Lemuria as well. Um, I had a dream the other night that I was in Lemuria with my family members, and I've had dreams about that before where I'm there with my family members. Uh, and I mean, the dream was like, how can I say, like, it was like being in 5D because whatever I thought of, I created. So it's kind of like I had to be careful not to think of the wrong thing. And then in the dream, I said to myself, "Oh, I'm sleeping. Oh, I'm sleeping, but I'm dreaming." Like I knew that the other life, which was here in 3D, was sleeping and dreaming. And the other part of me was in Lemuria. That was very interesting. The other thing I had happen to me was that I dreamt that my cat was in a cage, like, because we have two cages, one of them with the bird and the other one that's empty. And I had a dream that he was in the cage that was empty. So a few days later, he was in the cage that was empty. He got in through the bottom. Siamese cats are very, very smart. Um, so to me, that's kind of like the universe saying, "Hey, listen, your dreams are not made up. They're true. Pay attention to them." So, yeah, I mean, we have different lives, and really there's no such thing as time. So we're all existing in different, different dimensions, different like time periods as well at the same time. I know it's mind bending. All right. So what I wanted to look in today is everybody's heard about the Putin and the Tucker interview. I did read um the interview that was offered. It was posted on Telegram. I don't know if I looked at, I was able to see all the questions that he answered, because then I saw some other ones today that were not included um in the article. So, yeah, it's pretty, it's it's being made a big deal out of it. So I want to look into that. I want to look into the migrant situation, because it's just like, I see the 10 of swords, like we've had enough. Like this is like over the top with this subject. I also want to look into King Charles. King Charles, you know, he's a he's a rep. Um, I want to look into that situation, like, that they've announced that he has cancer. Is anybody else gonna take the crown, or like what are we gonna be done with this charade? All right, so let's start. So my question is Putin and the interview. Like, what do we need to know about it? Is there some kind of like a spiritual significance? Is this like, a military, is this like a military type of marker? Like what does the universe want to tell us about this interview? Is this going to help in any way? Hmm. Okay, so it looks like this interview was designed to like cause stress in some people, and kind of like, stress, that's the future, and kind of like shake things up. I know this is a dysfunctional card, um, but to me it's kind of like the image I got is like when you go into, let's say you go into a lake and you kind of like shake the dirt in the lake, it mucks up the water. So kind of like stir things up. Like this was the plan was to stir things up, okay? And I think this was for, the normies, like not just the normies, but to me the fool is pointing to the the souls, the young souls, like maybe the ones that, it could be your parents like that watch CNN, like somebody that's more like on the left side of things. So that's what I feel was the point, because I think that the people that are more on the left side of things, they might see Putin as like, oh, he's a with the labels. He's a communist, he's this, he's that. Oh, why would I want to go to Russia? Things like that, like misinterpreting him and like where he comes from. And I have never been to Russia. I would love to go to Russia. Uh, I would love to go to Moscow, especially during Christmas time. I've seen beautiful pictures of Moscow during Christmas time. I know it's not that easy to get into the country. I actually have an uncle that is Russian. Uh, but yeah, it's just like this, it's like a confusion, there's a confusion here of people's like preconceived notions. Um, so again, this is pointing to an ending, and I have been getting 10. Like I've been getting an ending, the ending card. This is actually, so these were like this together, 1, 2, 3. So this is past, present, and future. So I think like the whole point of the interview was to cause stress for the bad players. Um, but I think it has to do with there is a spiritual significance and awakening, and just like letting people know that, hey, hey guys, I'm not on the wrong side here. You know, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not on the wrong side of the fence here. Okay, next. All right, so the migrant situation. Let's see. What do we need to know about the migrant situation? Like, when is this gonna end? Like it's like enough is enough. You know, like when is the American people, when are we gonna receive our justice? And it's not just the American people, it's people in the UK, in Europe, all through Europe. Every country is pretty much going through like a lot of the same stuff. So it's like, you know, when is this nonsense going to end? Like, what do we need to know about the migrant situation? All right, so we have Ace of Swords, communication, and these are beginnings. So it could be like that there's some kind of like they're starting to talk about like actual laws, you know, things that are written to protect citizens, which is true. That is actually happening. I don't know how far they're going to get with that, but it is happening. And then we have Nine of Pentacles. So she's very independent. She's wealthy, kind, humanitarian. Hmm. All right, so I got this was in the past. I think this is more referring to the economical, financial ramifications of what's going on. Um, and also it's children, so a lot of this situation, they're looking at, protecting the children, um, and then we have this card as well. I think it has to do with like children and mothers. Um, and we have the Hierophant. This is a little bit of a harder read. Um, I think this kind of like has to do with like resources and creating. I mean, I'm seeing like, like temporary shelters, um, more like systems control. I mean, this is very much a control card. And to me, this is saying, yeah, there is like an aspect of control. But what I really like, I really want to know, like, where, what, like in a year from now, like, where are we going to be with this? Like, is it going to be worse or is it going to be better? Like, in a year from now, what do we need to know about this migrant situation? Which I'm surprised. I thought I would get more like dysfunctional cards. Okay, good. All right, so I got this card. I got this card. So a year from now, it looks like it's still going to be a work in progress, but there's going to be some kind of end to this, which is nice. There's going to be losses. There are definitely going to be losses, setbacks and losses, but this I think there's going to be more progress. So, and then the end game is, um, this is a happy card. So there's going to be progress and, harmony, cooperation, but the road getting there is definitely not gonna, isn't that's definitely not easy. All right. So then last question I want to ask is about King Charles. What do we need to know about the situation? He has cancer. They're saying he has cancer. So what do we need to know about the situation? What is going to be the end result? Death. That's going to be the result. Okay. There's going to be an ending. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask a direct question about this. Will the prince, what's his name? I always forget their names. I'm terrible with names. Prince, will the prince take over after Charles dies? Will the prince take over after Charles dies in England? All right. It's not really giving me, I feel like, okay, first of all, she's being secretive, okay? Um, and the Wheel of Fortune. So there's going to be some kind of big change. What that is, it's not really saying, but there's going to be some kind of change, definitely, some kind of shift. So it may it may not happen. And this is an ending card. This is 10 is an ending. So I would say like 70% of me is saying like no, that he won't get the crown. But you never know because things change. All right. Well, I didn't think this video was going to be this long. Uh so thank you for tuning in. Once again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments below, if you have any of your own experiences during this, during these solar flares, please share. But thank you once again, and always love and light.